Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Voices in the Digital Era. Tonight, we're honored to have Dr. Turkle. She is a psychologist and professor at MIT, a world-renowned expert on digital communication who has studied the impact of technology on human relationships for over 3 decades. Dr. Turkle, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Melissa. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm glad to have this space to talk about an issue that involves all of us recently, and that especially affects the interpersonal relationships of our young people.
Let's dive in. In your research, what have you discovered about how technology and social media affect the way we communicate?
Well, social media has changed how people relate to each other nowadays. Face-to-face conversations are now a thing of the past. When people use only texts or social media to communicate, they often miss emotional signals. For example, if you speak to someone in person, you can hear tone, see facial expressions and body language, and react immediately, all things lost in online communication. This is what happens when we trade real conversations for quick messages.
Interesting point. So, why do you think having a conversation has recently become so difficult for people?
It's simple. If a conversation takes place in real time, you can't control what and how you're going to say. Instead, texting, posting, or even emailing let us present ourselves as we want to be. This means we can adjust, retouch, edit, and delete before sharing it with the world.
That's revealing. So, are you saying that if we spend too much time online, we become worse at communicating?
Exactly. If people don't practice real conversation, they lose the ability to listen deeply and empathize. I often say, if you don't learn to be alone, you risk being lonely. That's because constant connection prevents self-reflection.
That's a powerful point. Are there any positive uses of digital tools in communication?
Absolutely. If people use technology mindfully, it can support relationships. For example, if families have tech-free dinners, they can stay more emotionally connected. If students use phones only after class, they pay attention better and participate more. We must believe that technology isn't the enemy. It's how we use it. If you balance screen time with real interaction, you can stay both connected and grounded.
Great. It's about balance and awareness. So, if schools and families create rules around tech, young people can develop healthier habits. Is that so?
Sure. If schools encourage conversation, students learn to listen and express themselves more clearly. Also, if parents model balance, children are more likely to do the same.
That makes sense. What advice would you give to young people?
I would say, take a pause. If you feel disconnected, don't hide behind a screen. Go outside and talk to someone. If you feel overwhelmed or anxious, take a step back. And remember, if you reflect before posting online, you avoid misunderstandings and miscommunication. Real listening and communication help you learn how to understand others.
Wise words. Thank you, Dr. Turkle, for this eye-opening conversation. It's clear that if we want healthier relationships, we need to be more present, even in a digital world like today's.
That's right. Thank you, Melissa. And to your viewers, if you care about your connections, take time for real conversations. Let's stay human.